Well, Donald Trump takes over D.C., sends out the National Guard, 800 National Guard troops deep, federalizes the D.C. police. And to be quite honest with you, one of the few times where he is within his legal right to do so. But it in false pretenses, under false pretenses, or are they legitimate because of violent crime in DC? Well, the mayor says crime is down. All the statistics show that crime is down, 30-year low in DC. But yet he is still on his, some would say, strongman ish. Um, Here are my thoughts though. Why did he do it? Why did he say he did it? He said he did it to take back the city, that it's a new day in DC. But there is no crime that is out of control that would be able to be substantiated by what he's doing. Two, was he justified in doing this? Was he justified in sending out the National Guard and also federalizing the DC police? No, he was not justified. The only way he could be justified if there was a violent riot going on there, and also in that crime could be proven that, look how crime is out of control, everybody's getting robbed all over the place, carjackings all over the place. Nothing of that nature. It's a strong move. How significant is this? Very significant. It's dipping your toe in the water, just like he did in California with with sending out the National Guard to protect federal buildings. Dipping their toe in the water to see what all they can just continually put on the American people. Martial law, maybe. If people get too riled up, they get too rambunctious because of, like, what the hell is this guy doing? And then people start losing their wits and, start acting a little crazy. Now I can input martial law. He threatened Chicago. Governor J.B. Pritzker responded to him. We'll see you in court, basically, is what Pritzker said. And Pritzker's an interesting character. He Gavin Newsom just seems too slick to me, but J.B. Pritzker seemed like he could be the FDR that maybe would change on his class, because he is a billionaire. But I don't want to go too far off the deep end on that. Just my quick thoughts there. But he's dipping his toe in the water to see what all he can do, what all the American people is going to sleep on. And if they sleep on it enough, then he will continue to expand it out to the other cities that he deems that he deems needs the National Guard and the federalizing of this and that. The only difference between DC and then LA and Chicago is DC, he legally has that authority to be able to do that. Whether it's on the false pretenses or not, he legally. But in LA and Chicago, he does not legally have the authority to necessarily do that, in my opinion. Maybe he does, but from what all I read, the governors Newsom and Pritz are taking them to court. I'm assuming they think they have some type of legal bounds to file those suits in court. Also, what does this mean for the rest of us? Very simple. It may be coming to a city near you. If you're in Detroit, if you're in Chicago, hell, if you're in Orlando, New York City, it may be coming to you, because it seems like it's a pattern of people that he deems that probably didn't vote for him, that he deems that is not a strong concentration of his whacked out supporters. Maybe that's what it is, because you do it once, it's kind of a coincidence. You do it twice, it starts to become a pattern. If you do it 3 times, then you've made up your mind what you're gonna do. And when I say 3 times, I mean if you was to target Chicago, if he wasn't target one of those other big cities that I just mentioned. So we have to be mindful of, well, it don't affect me. I ain't in DC, so what the hell do I care? Be careful with speaking like that. Then when you have a soldier on every corner that has a rifle in his hand, and you're thinking, wow, I didn't think that was gonna happen here in my city. So we gotta be careful with that. And last but not least, is this another distraction to distract you from the Epstein files? I think so. In my opinion, I think that two things can be true. He does want to have this strong man type of feeling to himself, make himself feel good about being able to pick on, cities that he deems uh, that are not supportive of him. But it also can provide or help to provide a great distraction because people are so outraged. What's up with the Epstein files? See, when I'm doing this over here, then maybe you'll forget this over here. What I'm doing. See what I mean? So he's not the smartest, but he is very, very calculated, in my opinion, on the way he tries to go about to see if when he throws spaghetti up at the wall and see if it'll stick. Can this distract them enough to get their whole attention off the Epstein files? Can this distract them enough to make them think about what's going to happen with them and get them scared up, as opposed to them wondering about, yeah, what about Epstein? Yeah, weren't you on the list? Didn't allegedly he it's been said that he is on the list. Definitely was in the flight logs. This is a time to be very engaged in politics and what the hell is going on. Because before you know it, it affects you, and it affects you sometimes very minimal and then sometimes on a large scale. I'm telling you, they seem to be gearing up for something more expansive across the country. And it should be concerning for the vast majority of Americans. Now, obviously, for those that got money, that are well off, they truly feel like they won't be touched by this. And maybe they won't, but maybe they will. Got to keep our eyes peeled, and we got to be alert with what's going on. It's not being, quote unquote, as they say on the right, woke. It's just being aware. Being aware of what's going on in your country. You don't want to always you don't have to always like the leaders. You don't have to always follow the leaders so closely, especially if you're a Gen Zer, if you're a millennial like me. More times than not, we probably don't follow politics as much as we should, but you should be aware of what's going on. So when something does hit the fan, when shit does hit the fan, you might want to know, where did it come from? What are the origins of it? What can we do constitutionally to ratify this or to get rid of this? But I don't think the majority of the country truly has a grasp on this unprecedented time that we are in American history. And I'm just here to educate the masses and let the majority of the people out there know, that want to know, that legitimately want to be informed, because they don't trust the mainstream media. And guess what? In my opinion, you shouldn't. Because if you're watching Fox News, that's basically, in my opinion, a propaganda source for your boy in the White House. And if you're watching MSNBC, then that's basically just like a MAGA diet MAGA for corporate Democrats, like Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and the list goes on and on and on. So we have to be informed as a people, but we have to not be also propagandized by certain mainstream medias, depending upon what side of the aisle you're on. If you're on the left, then it's MSNBC. If you're on the right, it's Fox News. If you're in the middle, it's CNN. And it's all BS. because they're all just hoping that you buy the BS that they're spilling. You need to be informed always, and you need to have an independent information source that truly doesn't have a skin in the game towards the Democrats or the Republicans. Yeah, I may vote more liberal. Yeah, I may be considered a Democrat, but I also know that 90%, 85, 90% of the Democrats in Congress are bought and paid for by lobbyists. I know that almost 95% of the Congress and senators on the Republican side are bought and paid for by the lobbyists. So you have to be fair when you're talking about this, so people don't think, oh well, you're just shilling for this side and you're shilling for that side. No, I'm just shilling for the betterment of your knowledge, as in what's going on in the country. That's it. Hey, I'll see you guys at another time. You never know, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Take care.